Pokemon Mystery Dungeon has long been in a unique situation. The games themselves have been beloved by fans and bashed by critics. What it boils down to is repetitive gameplay, a debatably convoluted story, and cringe-worthy characters. And yet, I, along with countless others, flaunt it as one of the best Pokemon games, period. Why? It all started with the GBA. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail on the history of the series or anything. I'm just going to give a quick rundown on why people even enjoy the games in the first place. So starting with the original, it redefined what a Pokemon game could be, opening it up to further experimentation and change. The admittedly repetitive gameplay was heavily bolstered by the versatile nature of it being on a handheld platform. It allowed itself to better utilize the platform it was on and never grow too stale or boring. Again, though, critics hated it. Despite that, it sold quite well, mainly because it bears the Pokemon name. What followed could be considered one of the greatest video game sequels to date, because it truly was a sequel in every sense of the word. It wove a new story that broadened the overall appeal of the series. New gameplay mechanics were introduced along with sharper graphics. All of this is clearly shown in the sales. But what's next? You innovate with 2 titles and brought the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series to new heights. So what now? Mediocrity. Gates to Infinity was truly mediocre in every sense of the word. Convoluted story, reduced character selection, and somehow even more repetitive gameplay. It sure had it all. I loved it. It may have been a setback for the series, it may have unanimously bad reviews from critics and consumers alike. All that doesn't matter, because this was my first Mystery Dungeon game and was mind-blowing for me. This is where my own experience with the series originated. At the time, I loved Pokemon and just wanted more of it, so I didn't really have any idea what I was getting myself into with this. Turns out it was immediate disappointment. This wasn't the trainer v trainer combat I was promised. It was different, but in a good way. The first couple of hours of me playing the game mostly comprised of me trying to skip the dialogue as quick as possible and learning how to play in general. 26 hours later, and I can officially say that this game was well worth playing. The monotonous gameplay soon growed on me as it was greatly rewarding. I felt inclined to play a new dungeon because I knew I was going to get rewarded. There are plenty of other games that should implement this, as it would make them so much worth playing. Eventually, I stopped playing, however, and I didn't pick up the series until about a year ago. While rummaging through some old boxes, I discovered a long-lost copy of Explorers of Time. I never even knew I had that. The point is, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is a series that, just like its source material, you almost have to grow up with to fully appreciate. That's not to say you can't and won't enjoy it now, though. With the new remake of this game, now's as good a chance as any to pick it up. Yet this raises a dangerous question. Does having the series on a home console diminish the value and overall playability of the series as a whole? In a way, yes. The benefit of the series being a handheld series cannot be overstated. It was originally designed to be played on the go in bite-sized chunks. Removing that aspect could unintentionally ruin the game. But I disagree. Options in video games are almost always a good thing, and if you feel inclined to play the game on a big screen, then more power to you. Even though I do think that takes a big chunk of the fun. Okay, so what am I getting at here? Is a Switch to the death of the series? No, far from it. I bet that the series will thrive on the hybrid platform for a few reasons. These include the install base of the Switch, the internet popularizing certain hidden games, and Pokemon being more popular than ever.